Hey folks, a little late getting this up. It is actually Wednesday, but this is meant to be your Transfer Tuesday video. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. This is A Life Well Spent. My name is Kelly, and on this channel, I'm documenting my financial journey. So from things like debt payoff, investing, budgeting. I do weekly transactions. I will show you like my actual numbers, what I've really spent, what I really plan to spend, what I really make, that sort of thing. And I just started recently doing these Transfer Tuesday videos. And if you don't know what a Transfer Tuesday is, it is a day, really, you can pick any day of the week. I think it's just alliterative with Transfer Tuesday. So I guess that's why it landed on a Tuesday. I don't know. Anyway, you want to move your money in the direction you want it to go. So that could be you're going to transfer more money to pay off a debt, or transfer money to savings or investing, or whatever the case may be. So for this particular video, it is uh we've only really finished one full week, or had one real Tuesday in the month so far. So I'm going to I guess this is the second one, but because it was a holiday weekend, like no money went anywhere. That's just how banks work these days. So this is the real kind of first Transfer Tuesday of the month for me. So when I look at the money that I send out in the beginning of the month, I always put about $231 into a sinking slash savings fund that covers my car insurance, my the amount that I want to put aside to pay things like my subscriptions, um, and to my Nittany Lion Club, which I am a member of. I pay that out once a year in January, so I just set a little bit aside for that. So yeah, that totals about $231. I transferred $35 to my giving fund. I'm not really sure off the top of my head like how it didn't have everything in there, so I put it in and I made sure I, kind of had it. I I used it in the summer. I used it in June, and I had been putting things in, and I was, like, just a little bit shy of making it, like, an even number, and so I was like, "I actually thought that was already in there, but maybe it isn't." So, anyway, transferred the money over, to do that, and, I made my, contribution to my, HSA. Came out of my paycheck. That was $181 and some odd change. I put $500 into my Roth IRA, put $100 into the brokerage account for my niece, and put $70.83 into my brokerage account. So that all typically comes out the first of the month. However, because of the holiday, things get a little wonky. Sometimes they pull it a little early, sometimes they pull it a little bit later. And I have actually decided to, and I think I said this in my last video, I've decided to switch my all of my banking over to the same bank that I use for my high yield savings account. And I'm doing that because honestly, the credit union that I have currently is just driving me nuts with some of their bill payer issues. And then I realized that my checking account with that same company, which by the way is Ally Bank, and I do have a referral link if you are interested in checking out Ally, as your high yield savings account, or just as an account. I mean, I'm getting, I think, 0.05% or something like that interest on checking, which is better than I'm getting at a credit union. I was getting absolutely nothing. And I think our current interest rate on the savings account is like 4.2 or 4.12, something like that, which again is not as high as it used to be. It used to be like 5%. But it is a lot higher than you're going to get in a regular bank or a credit union. So that's why the money is there. The link below, like, Ally will give up to like $50 for anybody who signs up using your link. So, like, whatever. That's what I would get out of it. But what you get out of it is honestly, so far I'm really liking Ally. Now I've just gotten it. I opened it finally in May. I've been meaning to open it for a while, and I finally got around to doing it. And I'm pretty happy so far. I mean, I've made, you know, I will probably at this point now have $200 that I made in interest. I should be getting my interest payout in a couple of days from them, and that will put me over $200. So, I mean, so far so good. It's been pretty easy to use, um, and I am really enjoying it. So, all that to say, moving money around in different places. So I had been kind of transferring the money over there, but it's all pretty much there now. Um, but I had to then also reset up my contributions to any of my investment accounts. So um, I did those kind of manually because of the holiday. I wasn't able to set anything as like send this out on the first as a like recurring payment. So I was like, ugh, okay. So I had to do like an individual one and then set up a recurring one starting in October to take care of the first of the month. So it's all back to kind of the way it used to be. Another reason I wanted to switch to them is I was getting really frustrated with the money that they were taking, um, or that they were sending to my investments because it was set up so that like I could buy the investments using the like bank transfer or debit transfer, whatever it was. Um, and it would just kind of be set it and forget it. And then a couple of times, and it wasn't every time, so I don't know what happened, but a couple of times, um, I logged in to kind of check the status of things and I would see this like error message and it would tell me that um they didn't have the funds yet for the purchase. Like so the bank didn't send the funds and they were like, if we don't have these funds, like we have to sell your other equities and securities to be able to pay for these new ones. So I was like, why is this money not going right away? Like it has never been a problem, but like for like a couple of months, there's probably 2 or 3 months that I noticed it happening. And the third month I was like, that's it, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Because yeah, I don't I think the money always kind of got there in time, but like I shouldn't it shouldn't even be a question. Shouldn't even be a warning. Like and it wasn't always. It was just like sometimes they wouldn't send it out in time. And that's just unacceptable to me. So I switched everything over to Allie. Anyway, I also put $20. I did actually $20 last week and I did $20 this week into my Bahamas fund because my mother and I are going to the Bahamas and I was just trying to kind of save just a little bit extra so that like if something, splurgy was available, that we didn't, I mean, everything has been kind of prepaid for the actual cruise itself. So I'm sitting at my kitchen table, see my napkin because I'm about to grab my tea and thing is the mug is wet. So I needed to wipe my hands off. Anyway, so yeah, so I sent that money across, and pretty satisfied with the moving of money around. Oh, I also cashed out my Apple Cash and put that into my checking account. It was $2.61, which I got an Apple card last year sometime, just for whenever I'm buying something that's Apple related. Now my um like I do have an iCloud purchase every month. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll do that. I do um subscribe to Apple TV and Apple Fitness. I'm like, all right, well, whenever that comes through, like I'm gonna get some cash back on that. So all right, I'll live with it. If I happen to buy some media or whatever, happy with that. Anything really that's an Apple related purchase, I get some cash back on. So I'm pretty okay with that card. It's pretty neat. So yeah, that's it. That's the first Transfer Tuesday of September. Do you guys do a Transfer Tuesday? What is it that you're actually saving for? Typically for me, this first month is just my like standard, here's some money to investments, here's some money to this. But after this point, um, less goes into investments because of where my specific goals are right now. I am trying to get my emergency fund to 20,000. Actually, it'll probably be a while until anything goes to investments because the next thing I need to do is start saving up for a new car. If I'm able to put everything that I have been able to put into my emergency fund this year to a car fund, like, I think I'll be good in about 2 years. I'll have enough money to buy the car or, a general in the general vicinity of the car that I wanna buy. So, um, if I can get close, I can definitely pull some money from my emergency fund. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Car buying ain't cheap. And unfortunately, I am kind of regretting in some ways not buying a car during COVID when car loans went down to like 0%. Now, they were only for like brand new cars. And my problem was, I was like, I don't need a new car. Like, I'm fine with a used car. I don't need to finance a new one. But looking back, I'm kind of thinking like maybe I should have just bit the bullet because then I'd have two cars to maintain, which isn't great, but like I would have less to worry about with because I'm not getting rid of my car. I would have 2 cars to maintain because I am not getting rid of it. Every time I, like, calculate how much the car is gonna cost me, I'm always like, $0 in trade-in because if it can still run, I am going to still drive it. Um, so, yeah. Anyway, it'll be a while till I'm actually able to, like, shovel more money at investments because I really need to save up money so that in the event that something happens to my car or that it just gets to the point where it can't be driven anymore, that I am able to it's 17 years old, 16 years old. Yeah, 16 years old. It's a 2008. I love it. I will drive it till the wheels fall off if I can. But if I can't, like I'm gonna be a hurting pup. It's gonna be really hard to pay for a car. I may end up having to borrow money and then like just shovel money at it to pay it off. And I really don't want to go into debt over a car. So I'm hoping, that my car will make it the next couple of years. And really the only problem that would exist would be if, something happened to it that it got totaled. Which not for nothing isn't exactly challenging to do. It just depends on like sometimes the insurance company will be like, well, this really isn't worth fixing, so we're just going to total it. So we'll see. But hopefully I can get it to last until I can save up the money for the car. And we'll go from there. But all right, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.